Welcome back to another episode of Psychiatry Rewritten. My name is Lane. This is part 2 of the series that I'm starting about sexual abuse, coercion, trafficking. And if you came from part 1, thanks for being here. And I'm excited because I have some things that I think could be helpful for you if you resonate at all with this topic. So let's get started. We're going to start with a myth, which is they're fine now. They don't seem traumatized. The truth is trauma isn't always loud. Many survivors mask or overfunction, becoming perfectionist, detached, high-achieving, or people-pleasing as a coping mechanism. Trauma can look like success on the outside, while someone is silently unraveling inside. Children who grow up in households where a caregiver has unresolved trauma are significantly more likely to develop attachment dysregulation, behavioral disorders, and emotional dysregulation, even if they themselves are not directly abused. This is called intergenerational trauma. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 13 boys in the U.S. experience sexual abuse at some point during childhood. But I want to say about the 1 in 13 boys, those are only from the numbers that are actually reported, from the cases that are actually reported. And the majority of perpetrators, people the child knows. Over 90% of children who are sexually abused know their abuser. It's often family members, family friends, or other trusted adults. It only happens to girls. That's another myth. The truth, abuse doesn't discriminate, but stigma does. While girls report higher rates of childhood sexual assault, 1 in 13 boys in the U.S. also experience sexual abuse. And like I said, it's widely believed to be underreported due to shame, gender stereotypes, and fear of not being believed. These aren't just statistics. These are the futures we're talking about. These are lives. And every time someone says, well, it wasn't violent, or they were too young to remember, or they seem fine now. They're ignoring the science. The trauma doesn't disappear. It mutates. It festers. It becomes a lifetime of relational struggles, mental illness, self-blame, and misdiagnosis, unless someone interrupts it. Unless someone breaks the cycle. If it wasn't violent, it wasn't that bad. Another myth. The truth is trauma isn't measured by bruises. It's measured by impact. Even non-violent abuse, such as coercion, manipulation, games, exposure to sexual content can dysregulate a child's entire nervous system. Many survivors of non-violent child sexual assault show the same long-term brain changes as those who experienced overt physical abuse. So the brain, basically, it doesn't see the difference between being punched in the face or kicked in the stomach and non-violent trauma or events. It can't tell the difference. It's still just traumatizing to the brain. We always say, keep kids safe. But what does that mean actually? It doesn't mean living in fear. It means giving your child tools so they're not silent if something ever happens. Because abuse thrives in silence. It relies on shame. It feeds off confusion. So, here's what real, research-backed prevention looks like. Number 1, teach real anatomical language early. No more cookie, pee-pee, pee-bug, or down there. We say penis, vulva, vagina, anus, not because it's cute, but because it's clear. Children can't report abuse if they don't have the words to describe it. Kids who know the correct terms are less likely to be targeted, more likely to be believed, better able to describe inappropriate behavior. Even predators tend to avoid kids who use accurate language because they know those kids might talk. Number 2, teach about safe touch versus secret touch. Make it normal to talk about what kinds of touch are okay, what kinds are not, and most importantly, that they can say no, even to adults. Use phrases like, no one should touch your private parts. No one should touch your vagina. No one should touch your penis unless it's to keep you clean or healthy. If anyone ever asks you to keep a touch a secret, even someone we love, you can always tell me. Give them permission to break a secret if something doesn't feel right. Number 3, watch for behavior changes, not just physical signs. Most abuse doesn't leave visible bruises, but it often leaves behavioral ones. Red flags can include sudden clinginess or fear of being alone, regressive behavior such as bedwetting, baby talk, or fear of the dark, new knowledge of sexual acts or language, avoiding a specific person or place, mood swings, nightmares, or sudden aggression, drawing sexual images far beyond developmental norms. You don't need to panic, but you do need to notice. Even if it's not abuse, it might be something. And they need your presence. Number 4, make your home a place where no topic is off limits. Your kids should know. If something weird happens, I can talk to my parent. They'll listen. They'll help. They won't freak out or punish me. I won't get in trouble for saying something. If they don't feel that safety, they won't come to you, even when they want to. If they don't know what it's called, they can't tell you it was touched. That's not paranoia. That's protection. That's prevention. Because P-Bug won't hold up in a courtroom, and Cookie won't help a therapist understand what happened. But language can save a life if we use it early enough. Here are some real examples you can start using today. Use real terms. That's your penis. That's your vulva. That's your vagina. It's part of your body, just like your elbow or your nose. That's your anus. It's not a bad word. It's just the correct word. You don't have to over-explain. That almost, makes it like weird. And it's not. Again, it's just the correct word. You just have to say it without shame. Because we're breaking stigma. These kids don't know. Teach body boundaries. Your body belongs to you. No one gets to touch it without your permission. Even if it's someone you know. You can say no to hugs, kisses, or sitting on someone's lap. You can always tell me if someone makes you feel uncomfortable. Even if it's a grown-up. And in fact, I want you to. Normalize no secrets rules. That sounds like, in our family, we don't keep secrets. We keep surprises. And surprises are always happy. If anyone ever tells you not to tell me something, I want you to tell me. Even if someone gives you a gift or says it's a game, if it feels weird, tell me right away. Another myth: most sexual abuse is by strangers. Again, the truth is, over 90% of the time, the abuser is someone the child knows and trusts. A family member, teacher, coach, sibling, parent, babysitter, or neighbor. That's why prevention has to focus on awareness and education, not just stranger danger. Providing age-appropriate scripts for little ones. Tell them things like, your private parts are anything your swimsuit covers. Or if someone touches your privates, someone touches your penis, or someone touches your vagina, or wants you to touch theirs, say no and tell me. Even if it's someone we love, or someone who says it's a secret, you never, ever get in trouble for telling me. And just in real talk, if it makes you uncomfortable, if saying the word vulva or penis to your own child makes you squirm, I gently suggest you take a deeper look at why. Because that discomfort, it didn't come out of nowhere. It came from somewhere in your upbringing, where shame got attached to normal anatomy. It's okay. But if we don't unlearn that, we pass it down. The truth is, your child is old enough to have a body part. So then they're old enough to know what it's called. That's not being inappropriate. That's being protective and teaching them. Myth number 6. Once it's over, it's over. The truth is, childhood sexual abuse often becomes a lifelong echo. It affects self-worth, relationships, intimacy, trust, and emotional regulation. Survivors are more likely to be misdiagnosed, re-traumatized, or dismissed by providers who don't ask the right questions. Processing the trauma isn't optional. It's necessary for healing. You can't protect what you can't talk about. This topic isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's heavy. But that's exactly why it matters. Because abuse doesn't always show up as bruises. It shows up in silence, in shame, in kids who don't have the words, and adults who never learned how to listen. If you feel awkward using the right words or unsure how to start these conversations, you're not alone. But you do have a choice. You can let that discomfort stop you, or you can just unlearn it so your child doesn't have to carry it. This isn't about fear. It's about preparation. It's about giving kids the language and safety we wish we had. Because every time we normalize a conversation that used to be taboo, we take power away from abuse and give it back to the people it tried to silence. Let's be the generation that breaks the secrecy, that names the body, that listens when the quietest voices speak. So, I already recorded this part for the ending, and of course it's not loading because, I don't know, the universe. No, not the universe. Something else doesn't want me to spread the message. But anyway, I am just trying to add on the end of this video and just say that I'm working on other stuff, but I wanted to upload this part, and it's super incomplete, and there's a lot more that I have to say, but I just wanted to upload this part, basically. And I wanted to say that I took all of my content and moved it to YouTube. So The only place that you can find my content now is on YouTube, and I don't know exactly why I did that. It just, like, felt right at the time, and now I'm kind of, like, regretting it or questioning my decision, but it is what it is. So we'll see. But yeah, all my stuff's on YouTube now. Okay, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.